All right, let's jump to the main slate. Who do you like for stacks?
So once again, I am sticking with the Lions game. So I'm going with Jared Goff and Amon-Ra, St. Brown again. All four wide receivers are healthy, but all that really does is open up things for Amon-Ra, St. Brown even more. He's still seeing over 30% target rate, and this should be a shootout once again. This is the highest total of the week. Unfortunately, the Jaguars didn't help us out and keep it close, but this should be a back and forth kind of game. So I love the Lions stack there, and then have to send it back with the Vikings. And I love a double stack of Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and TJ Hawkinson. This is a revenge spot for TJ Hawkinson. His underlying metrics have been really good with the Vikings. So this is a great spot to have, that double stack, and then send it back with an Amon-Ra St. Brown or even a DeAndre Swift. So there's just a ton of options in this game. So this is definitely going to be my highest stack game. I'm sure a lot of people will be stacking it, but I don't care. This is definitely the way to go this week.
Yeah, and I like Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne actually,
Ooh,
because against man coverage, Osborne tends that's when he tends to have better games. He is third on the team, in yards per route against man coverage, higher than Adam Thielen and Dalvin Cook. So he kind of becomes that third option when they play a team like the Lions. And in their last game against the Lions, he had a season high 73 yards, caught 5 for 73 and a touchdown. So I think Osborne is a sneaky stack partner along with Cousins and either Jefferson, Hawkinson,
nice.
whoever. But Osborne is a nice cheap guy to kind of round that out. Also loved Goff and Amon-Ra. Also love Deshaun Watson, Amari Cooper this week. I just think that the game script is going to be totally different from last week, where they essentially lost complete drives because their defense, special teams were just scoring touchdowns. So this week, I think it'll be a trailing game script. They are, 6-7 point underdogs against Cincinnati here. So Watson may have to throw the ball, whether he's good at it or not remains to be seen. He looked pretty rusty last week, but we can change a lot in the NFL. So maybe people will be off of him after that ugly game last week. But I think Watson Cooper is Cooper. Anytime they have a trailing game script, he's just
Yep.
been money. So yeah, like that one.
Yeah, Cooper could get a boost if David Bell, he looks like he's banged up, he's questionable, but when he left the game, they lined up Cooper in the slot a lot more, and he's seen a much higher target rate from the slot as you'd expect. So if Bell's ruled out, Cooper's going to line up in the slot potentially even more. And he already has a massive target share, but it could go up even more if Bell's out.
Yeah, I like that. All right, what do you got for dart throws?
I have a couple running backs actually. The first is James Cook at 4,600. I mean, he might be the Bills' lead back right now, so
Yeah.
he's too cheap at 4,600. Another guy is Michael Boone, a little bit more under the radar, but he's 4,200 this week. He was eased back in action last week. I still think Latavius Murray is going to be, sort of the bell cow back, but Boone will probably take over most of the pass catching responsibility. So, last week they had the lead for most of the game against the Ravens. They lost at the very end there, but this is a game against the Chiefs where they should get in a trailing game script. So I think Boone could end up catching, 3 to 5 balls here. So I think he's sneaky at 4,200. And then at wide receiver, the guy that sticks out the most to me is Laviska Shenault. He's 3,300. Shi Smith was benched in week 12, so Shenault saw a season high 75% routes run rate. He ended up having a quiet game, only caught 2 balls for 19 yards, but he's been targeted on 36% of his routes run this season. Probably not sustainable, but either way, if he's getting that kind of playing time, he could sneak in, a 4 to 5 catch game easily here. So I like him on a full PPR site like DK, especially at, min price. And then at tight end, got to go with Chigoziem Okonkwo against the Jags. He's only 2,700. I mean, he has been just ready to pop off for a few weeks now. I think you called him before this stretch, which is, a great call, but he went off for 4 catches, 68 yards last week. Saw a season high 58% routes run rate. Plus, with Treylon Burks likely out, they could have Okonkwo have even run even more routes this week. Should certainly see more targets as a result. So he has a very high ceiling for a player, just 2,700 on DK. So he's my favorite flyer at tight end this week.
Yeah, I like that call. Chigo Conco has been. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point he starts running more routes than Hooper. He's just more explosive.
Yep.
So yeah, love that call. Love the Cook call as well. Mentioned him in the other pod, but he's kind of taking over as that lead back for Buffalo. Like Chenault as well. Terrace Marshall on the Carolina as well. Like him, he's just 200 more than Chenault, and he's running a route on 94% of the dropbacks the last 6 games, and his 1.5 yards per route against zone is actually higher than DJ Moore's at 1.2. And this defense for the Seahawks, we know they play a lot of zone coverage. So Marshall could kind of rebound here, and you're getting a lot of routes for only 500 or so over the minimum. And I already mentioned KJ Osborne, like him as well. It's another guy who just plays well against this type of the scheme that he's going to face. And the Lions are a man coverage team. They love to blitz. And Osborne's, better than Thielen, better than Cook this year at reducing against these man coverage looks. So had that 573 in one game against the Lions last time around. And I think he has similar upside this time around. So like him at 3,500 as well. All right, let's go build some lineups. Go Garrett Wilson. He's still under 6K.
Nice.
5,900. That's the Bills. 15 targets last week for Wilson.
Unreal. Could have had 250 yards and a touchdown. Let's see. Let's go with DeAndre Swift at 5,800.
All right. So we got 54.71 average. Let's see what we got going on with defense here. Let's go Cowboys 3,800 against the Texans.
Oh God.
Not even the highest priced defense on.
Probably chalky, but who cares?
Yeah.
All right,
so we got 57.50 average.
Let's go with Kirk Cousins at QB.
Okay, 6,100. All right, I'll stack him with Osborne then. Let's go 3,500 for Osborne. So we got we can still stack him with somebody else too, but we got that gives us 62.25 average for running back, wide receiver, tight end, flex.
Let's see. God, I really like Hawkinson.
You go Hawkinson. I mean, Jefferson had a bad game last time against the Lions, so you can just go Cousins.
that means he's due. But yeah, let's kind of go contrarian here. Let's do a double stack without Justin Jefferson. Let's go with Hawkinson.
All right. That was a 6,600 average running back, wide receiver, flex. So let's see. So we got to go with Amon-Ra. Let's bring it back with Amon-Ra here.
We have Swift as well, but
Swift. Yeah, no, it's not.
It can still work, but
no, let's go. Trying to see. Let's go AJ Brown here because I want to get an expensive wide receiver that's not Justin Jefferson is like a kind of a pivot play. Diggs obviously has a tough matchup. AJ Brown going against the man coverage D. Love the matchup for him.
Jamar Chase at 79.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brown would probably be like Chase would be more owned than
Brown. Yeah, for sure.
Let's go Brown there, 8K against the Giants. That was just 5,900 for running back and flex.
All right, so running back. Let's man. Pollard, his price is fair. Just wondering about his rostership.
I mean, Zeke got more carries, so it probably won't be crazy high. It'll be in the double digits, I think.
He has just such a massive ceiling. Let's go with Pollard. I almost said as a dart throw for Monday Night Football is Malik Davis.
Right?
This game could get so out of hand. He ends up, posting like 40 yards and a touchdown in the fourth quarter or something. So he's sneaky too, but I'm going with Pollard here.
All right, so we got 5,100 for a flex. Let's see. go James Cook, 4,600. We got
Nice.
Wilson on the other side. So yeah. So we got Cousins, 6,100 at Detroit. Swift at running back, 5,800 against Minnesota. Pollard, 6,700 against Houston. We got James Cook in the flex at 4,600 against the Jets. Wide receivers are Garrett Wilson, 5,900. KJ Osborne at 3,500. Stacked with Cousins. AJ Brown at 8K against the Giants. And Hawkinson stacked with Cousins at 5,100 at tight end. Cowboys D at 3,800, leaving 500 on the table. All right. So let's jump
KJ, AJ, and TJ. Love it.
Wow. Yeah. All right. You go first on FanDuel.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. Let's see. All right. Got Kenny Pickett's still way too cheap there, but they're so run heavy. Can't go there again this week. Let's go Amari Cooper at 7,300.
All right. All right, I'll stack him with Deshaun Watson then, because he's 7K. That might be cheap as he gets for the rest of the season.
Yeah, good point.
Same price as Tyler Huntley. Yeah.
Yikes.
Let's go Watson there. 65.29 on average.
I'll go with the defense and see if the Cowboys are priced appropriately here. Yep,
they are. They're 5,200.
they are.
Chiefs are only 45.
Steelers are pretty cheap too. Huntley takes a lot of sacks, by the way. I was looking into that. So I have the Steelers as my number 4 defense of the week. So yeah, let's go with them with TJ Watt, healthy for all I know. Yeah, exactly. I never know with them, but
I think he did leave the game at one point.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, he was banged up heading into the game.
Yeah, I think he had like a rib thing.
Damn it.
But I mean, I don't think he's out. I think he's banged up.
As long as he's active, that's all. I'll take that. They're 3,800, so I do like them here.
All right. Let's go with
Man, running back is pretty tough this week.
Let's go Miles Sanders.
Oh, there you go.
Too cheap, 7,100.
Yeah.
Giants run defense not very good at all.
All right, so we have about 7K per player. Let's go with Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, you should get a lot of
Mitchell out. He was much more of a workhorse back than we've seen with him with the Niners. Just with Purdy back there, could see them just leaning on him, just direct rush attempts, dump offs. So yeah, let's go with McCaffrey.
All right. Let's go with Okonkwo at tight end, 4,800.
Nice. Yep.
Got a pretty good matchup against Jacksonville, and he's kind of a FanDuel guy, explosive.
Yeah.
So
true.
That gives us 7,167 for two wide receivers and a flex.
Yeah. Bellinger is also 4,800, but I guess he's more of a DK guy. So yeah.
Yeah, he's more likely to catch underneath passes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love Okonkwo on FanDuel. So how much do we have per player? 71. Ooh, okay. Spend up. Do we have any Cowboys on this?
Nope.
No, okay. Michael Gallup Bank on a 2 touchdown game again here, but he's only 6K.
Yeah.
So he's pretty cheap, and he's more of a FanDuel guy right now. So he's like the same price as like a Robert Woods or Tyler Boyd. So yeah, give me Michael Gallup here.
All right. So that gives us 77.50 average here.
Yikes.
I will go with we got Watson and Coop. So let's bring it back with T. Higgins. 7,800.
Wow, he is way too cheap.
Yeah, so now we still got 7,700 for the flex.
Let's see. Got a lot of different options. Lockett, Christian Kirk, Chris Godwin. Ooh. Travis Etienne, but oh man, that's a tough matchup. Tight end. Yeah, I think we'll go with receiver here. So probably
Godwin makes sense because we got McCaffrey.
yeah. I guess it'll be a trailing game script. It is crazy to think that Brock Purdy's minus. Yeah, it is true. Yeah, let's go with Godwin.
The Bucks have a good first drive and a good last drive.
He's more of a DK play, but I like Godwin here.
All right, so we got Deshaun Watson at 7K at quarterback. Miles Sanders 7,100 at running back against the Giants. Christian McCaffrey at 8,500 against the Bucks. Our wide receivers are Mari Cooper stacked with Deshaun 7,300 at Cincy. Gallup at 6K against the Texans, and T. Higgins at 7,800 against the Browns. Chiga Okonkwo, tight end, 4,800 against the Jags. Chris Godwin is our flex, 7,500 against the Niners, and then we got the Steelers D at 3,800 with 200 left on the table.
Nice.
All right, there we go. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for our week 14 Fantasy Flex Fantasy Preview pod. Again, for more great fantasy content from Sean and I, be sure to check out our full player projections episode out now over on the Action Network podcast channel. And every Friday morning this season, we'll have our night shift episode where we break down the Sunday night and Monday night football DFS slates. ActionNetwork.com for all of our fantasy and NFL betting content, fantasylabs.com for our DFS tools and models. Follow Sean on Twitter at @_oddsmaker. Follow me at Chris Raybon. And you can find us at those same handles on the free award-winning Action Network app. Until next time, let's get this money.